Okay, so unfortunately, my mic was muted the whole time I was doing this. So I mute it when I'm not using it so that the government spies can't get me. But now I'll just they can get me, whatever, man. But yeah, so this is a video. This is the VOD of what I just recorded, and we'll redo commentary. I gotta read first though. Day 20, the Geiger counter, Forest of Hope, the last part. Back to the Forest of Hope, and today is gonna be a tough day. Take a nice full complement of Pikmin, and head to the next area where you found the yellow onion. In that area is another stone wall with some bomb rocks by it in a can. Get rid of it, take out the bulbors beyond the wall. Yeah. Now take some blues into the water and throw them behind the box to push the box out of the way. Once that's out of the way, carefully get your army across that small bottleneck to where you'll face a challenging foe, the Snagrets. One of these bird snakes has the next part, Geiger counter, because that's what it's called, I guess. To make it easier, you can use your radar to track which one has it. It's recommended you take out 2, as the path to the Pikmin always take back is the way you came through, unfortunately. And that tripped me up. That tripped me up a bit. Take your time with killing each of these birds. Swarming works best when they're stuck trying to break free out of the ground. Get the part and call it a day, or whatever time you have left. Spend it getting some more stuff in the area, such as new recruits. Which is a sentence made just for me. It's made just for me. Daily challenges. Kill all 3 Snagrets. We don't need them coming back to annoy us, even though we're never coming back here. I'm almost certain. This is the last part. And 2, kill a Snagret with bomb rocks only. Just don't do what I did in my Pikmin walkthrough years ago. And the photo op is show these Snagrets what for. Get a good shot wailing on the Snagrets. But in Carl's Pikmin walkthrough years ago, what he did was he brought a bunch of yellows with bomb rocks. He just took all the bomb rocks in the area with yellows holding them to the Snagret, and his plan was to basically suicide bomb him. So the Snagret plucked 3 of the Pikmin with the bomb rocks, and the bomb rocks blew up in his face. So far, so good. But the explosion reached all the Pikmin on the ground. And all the Pikmin on the ground were supposed to have explosions that reached the head, but they didn't. So all of Carl's Pikmin died, and the Snagret only took, like, I don't know how much damage. So, it's ridiculous. It's like, it's back in the era. Carl's Pikmin walkthroughs just had so many wild things that I could never recreate. Because whenever that stuff happens to me, I don't think it can be mined for comedy, because I'm like, excuse me? But yeah, woo! So day 20. Yeah, it's kind of unfortunate that you don't get my genuine reactions to everything. I don't know if I'm gonna try to act them out or what, but or just say it. It's like I'm not uploading a video with no commentary. Just making sure I'm recording and making sure. Oh, you know what? I should probably. The volume's probably fine. Hopefully. If not, it's a consequence of this. So immediately I'm like, well, we want all of our reds to do damage to the Snagret, and then we want all of our yellows, because I don't know how many bomb rocks are here, and also like probably need all of them, and then blues just to fill it out. At this point, I was like, blues just to fill it out. You need blues to get to the box in the water, but in my mind, I'm like, well, why not just do what we did for the past, like, 3 days and whistle Pikmin over? But, you know, take them anyway. Why not? Go over here, be like, thank God I killed all the bulborbs over here, except for that guy who's, like, still here. And, took down this wall and killed the bulborbs over there. Gives me actual time to do things. Hooray. So now it's just the annoying getting bomb rocks section. It's like, how do I, like, because the camera made itself top down. I was like, okay, how do I do the camera controls? Take all the yellows, because you never know how many bomb rocks there are. And I was like, oh, these bomb rocks are here. Maybe I don't need to go all the way to the other can. But, you know, let's just do it anyway, because you never know how much bomb rocks you'll need for these fucking bomb rock challenges. By which I mean how many of the bomb rocks will actually fail to do anything because the Pikmin missed with the throw or something happens to them. You never know. Bomb rocks, there's a reason they never came back. Even though I'm pretty sure in Pikmin 2 and Pikmin 3, they could have programmed the Pikmin with the bomb rocks to be better, have better aim, be less dangerous to themselves, things like that. I mean, I think that them being dangerous is kind of the idea, though. But, you know, Pikmin 3 kind of sterilized a lot of things about Pikmin. And I'm like, what the heck? What even woke you up? I remember right here saying, well, whatever. Like, at worst, we'll just lose a few leaves or something. That's the wrong way. I'll take the shortcut. Which may or may not be the shortcut. Yeah, whoa. Like, at that moment, I was like, I'm gonna wait for the leaves. Oh, wait, never mind. See, you guys, if you guys die, well, whatever. The bomb rocks are infinitely more important. All right, let's do this. Yeah, just can you imagine having to kill all the Bulborbs here and then like move them out of the way and stuff? I wouldn't have had enough time. Definitely would not have had enough time. So the challenge didn't dictate that I have to use the other colors. So I'm like, all right, let's just bring them up. Oh. Now I'm seeing why that's not a challenge, because it's probably actually impossible. Instead of like, you can bring 1/10 of your Pikmin through. Try the other side, because you never know. There might be one weak spot. Throw one Pikmin at a time and then thread them through, but no. I mean, you could probably throw Pikmin over the box or around the box or something, but I don't know. And later I'm like, you know, I kind of regret not trying it, but at the same time, time, dude. Be careful with this, because you never did. The Pikmin may just walk off. I liked how the bomb rocks made an arrow there. All right, so here's me. Just come on, take him. Take him. Yeah, run away so that it doesn't blow up all the other Pikmin. And what? I was like, what? That little for 3 bombs? Okay, so maybe try throwing it. Maybe it might do more damage. Just completely miss because the snake part is invincible. So half expected. Throw it a little farther away, so maybe it'll throw it at the head. Doesn't throw it at all because the enemy hitbox for the bomb rocks is basically like right in the center where the body is. Try it again because, you know, just a little closer. At that point, I'm like, the snake, like, you see later, this thing lunges its head forward pretty far like that to eat Pikmin, but it won't do it for the Pikmin with the bomb that's right in front of it. It's like confusing creatures. They're like, okay, so just take one. Take one. Okay, he managed to take 2 and lunge forward very far. It's like, you probably have to get it to eat 1 at a time, but it only will eat if the Pikmin are together. Oh, that's not a bomb rock Pikmin. So like that's pretty difficult, but then even then, I wonder if there are enough bomb rocks to do, because it doesn't look like it takes out like 1/20th of its health. It looks like it takes out like 1/50th. You need 50 bomb rocks to achieve this. So at this point, I'm just wondering, like how the hell do you use bomb rocks to kill these things at all? Like there's probably a technique that I'm not thinking about. I think around this point, I'm trying to get them to throw it at the head again, but if it gets stuck in the ground, try to throw the bomb rock at its head. Obviously, that wasn't a bomb rock Pikmin. So, like, get out. Maybe, just maybe, if you can preempt its head getting stuck in the ground and throw the Pikmin, and then drops the bomb, and the bomb manages to explode before it gets out of the ground enough, then maybe, just maybe, that will do more damage than it eating it. But like, I don't know. The thought I had just now is maybe, yeah, I just give up at this point. Whoa! The thought I had just now is maybe the Pikmin, like, it bites the Pikmin, right? but there's some Pikmin closer to the end of the beak and some Pikmin closer to the base. Maybe it does damage based on proximity like that. And here I was like, there's no way I trust the Pikmin AI to not all drown themselves. So let's do that one technique we did for the bridge in the distant spring. But like the amount of time that this takes, which is a lot of time, and you know me about Pikmin, like time is in these challenges specifically, time is very valuable. So I'm like, this is a worthy sacrifice of time, because I could have spent the time just trying to solve the challenge with the remaining bomb rocks. Even if I couldn't do it, I could at least figure out how to do it, but I'm just like, no, it's like, it's already halfway through the day, and these guys are slow. Like, they're just a bad enemy design, I think, because you just do this, and then you go back. Is his head gonna get stuck in the ground? No. So you go back. I got a little greedy because, you know, time is of the essence. It says it's only stuck in the ground for a while. And we go back in again. No. By this point, I think I realized that if you see the blue of its neck first, then it's not getting stuck in the ground. And if you see the beak, then that's easier. And I'm like, oh, thank you, camera, for pulling up so that you could very easily see the beak. That was an unintended consequence of running into the wall. I love how they're all losing their flowers. That's fun. Whoa. It's a little close there, Chris. It's a little close there. And then we run back. And it's like, oh, there's another. Why are you right there? It's okay, we killed that one. It goes, Pika! Which I love that sound effect. Not only is it really funny, but also it's like, I know it's used in Pokemon Coliseum. Yeah, those pellets, like, it's not there anymore. It spawned right there, but it's not there anymore. So let's get these pellets out of the way, out of the arena, because you never know, the Pikmin will swarm and then get the pellets and then not attack and then die, and then I'll call them back before they go too far so that they can make it over the bridge. Of course, that plan didn't work out at all, unsurprisingly. You might have noticed that while they drowned, I made no effort to whistle to them. Not only because it would have been impossible anyway because of the ledge, but like, I only realized that once the camera panned there to the Pikmin next to the ledge. And I'm like, I probably could save that guy. Oh wait, right, the ledge. So whatever. That was just sheer apathy and nothing else. It's like you could whistle the Pikmin off before the Snagret goes back in and knocks them all down, but it's not going to come back up anyway. So it's not even like the Wollywog maybe, where if it jumps, you can whistle your Pikmin back before it lands and crushes some of them or something. It's just this. And I mean, in Pikmin 2, there's a boss where it's a Snagret with 1 foot, so it hops around after you and stuff. That's great design. But this is just kind of boring. And I mean, I was wondering, like, what if they made it so that the head didn't get stuck? Like, it'd be more engaging, but the reason why no one throws Pikmin at the head unless they actually know what they're doing is because it's really dangerous and really hard, and you're likely to lose a lot of Pikmin. And it's also, in a way, a lot slower than this. So, I don't know if making, like, I don't know how you design this enemy. There we go. And I was so preoccupied with the pellets that I was like, oh, I missed the Geiger counter dropping. Yeah, let the yellows have everything that they want, because they deserve it. They need it. And then the reds, because I was gonna give it to the blues, but then I'm like, well, the reds and the blues are kind of close enough that I'd rather have the extra Pikmin. There's the Geiger counter. It's the Geiger counter. Every spaceship needs one of these, but I don't actually know what it's for. Every once in a while, it goes wild and lets out a lot of noise, but I never pay much attention to it, so it doesn't do me much good. I really should read that manual one of these days. The Geiger counter is my favorite part because a Geiger counter detects radiation. So it makes this crackling, clicky noise when radiation is around. And the idea is that it makes this noise all the time on the Pikmin planet. I don't think we get that bit of information until the next one. But I'm like, I'm gonna pull up the noise. This is apparently from Chernobyl, but this is what a Geiger counter sounds like when it's kind of like going crazy. You might know this from Fallout, where you go into an irradiated area and this sound starts playing and you get radiated. So the idea is that this noise is Geiger counter is always making this noise when he's on the Pikmin planet, which gives us the very interesting like tidbit of lore that the Earth, which is basically confirmed. I think if Pikmin 2 doesn't confirm it, I don't know what does, but I'm pretty sure Nintendo kind of confirmed it, even if they don't call it Earth, is just completely irradiated, which means that either like there was probably like a nuclear war, and that's why humanity is gone. It was a nuclear holocaust, basically, and that's why all the creatures are frigged up. All of our enemies are weird. That blue Pikmin's going that way. So I was wondering if you got the Geiger counter with all blue Pikmin, if you could actually just avoid the other Snaggarts. Not like it matters, because I wanted to kill them anyway. In Pikmin 2, the Snaggarts don't explode into pellets. I do like the pellets. It's very funny, actually, how it's like the head is the 5, and then the body is the line of 1s. I think that's really good. But you just get its head in Pikmin 2. So I'm like, well, we need more yellows, and we need more Pikmin in general to do this, but these guys have bombs. I really wish you guys would just drop the bombs. Oh, wait, here's an idea. Wow, all of that drowning of Pikmin previously in the playthrough really came in handy when it came to learning how to get rid of bomb rocks. So now we can get some more yellows. That's good. Let's use our Pikmin sparingly here. And we only have 4. We need 5. So we use Wii Resin. Yes, Wii Resin to get those Pikmin back. The day's kind of ending though, so I'm really wondering if even those guys with the 1s will make it back. Let alone these guys. Whoa! So like, I have to save these guys because for once them drowning isn't their fault. That was the sensor bar. If you're wondering how the sensor bar is doing, by the way, the right side is kind of swooping down. You can very easily see the gap between it. Oh, wait, hold on. I didn't read that. Sorry, hold on. I'm going back. Send it. This noisy gauge is always letting off spontaneous clicks and buzzes. It can be kind of annoying. So yeah, it's always clicking and buzzing on Earth. I don't know if he means in general. That poor yellow really didn't deserve it. The one time the Pikmin will get sympathy from me. All right, you know what? It says it's almost sundown. That means we have 20 seconds. So my plan was to just go back and get all the Pikmin and then maybe get some of the pellets or kill the Bulborb and see if we could bring that back. But then I realized, oh yeah, this is the last day we're here. This is the last part. There's no way we're coming back here because, you know, 30 days, 30 parts. Or just, you know, logically, there's no reason to come back here. So, let's pluck all the Pikmin to make sure we actually have them. And they're not just left here, basically not existing. Those guys are getting that. I'm just fine, you know. And at this point, I'm like, did they actually make it back? Because, oh no, they were so far behind. Yeah, my plan here is like use the last 2 or 3 seconds to maybe get some honey. Go, get the honey, go. But yeah. Other than Snagger criticism, that was a pretty good day. Or so I thought, because, oh wait, hold on. The creatures of this planet breathe a deadly poisonous gas, oxygen. At present, my spacesuit can filter the oxygen out. But if the batteries for my life support system should fail, I shudder to think about it. I was really hoping that with the spacesuit he would be talking about radiation, but he doesn't know what the Geiger counter does, so of course he wouldn't. Oh, Olimar, he's so smart yet so stupid at the same time. You get to see his smarts in Pikmin 2. Not so much in this game. He kind of does seem really incompetent in this game, huh? But then when you combine Pikmin 1 and Pikmin 2, it makes a pretty well-rounded character. Where he's like, you know, he's book smart, but not really street smart in that sense. I don't have the proper definition of street smart, so excuse me. But yeah, I'm like looking at the totals and I'm like, did my Pikmin even go up? Maybe by like 10 each despite all those pellets? 43 Pikmin sprouted. Like, that's not a lot in general anyway, but it doesn't really feel like it either. So that kind of sucks, but we'll make do, I guess. So all the parts in this area are done. Okay, and what was I talking about here? So I'm like, and then all the parts in this area are done. So then we're going to the Forest Naval after this. And the only part I remember from here is the part where it's like really high up and you have to bring all your Pikmin through the gauntlet, and then odds are like probably 50% chance that they'll just drop it into the abyss and lose it forever, including themselves, and you have to reset. It's like, man, the challenge should be that the challenge is just don't drop the part, but then you couldn't complete the playthrough. Actually, I don't know if that's a necessary part or not, but even then you can't do the 30-part playthrough. Oh, that's it. Oh no! I doxed myself. But yeah, that's the video. So I wish I had the original commentary. It was a lot better than this kind of stunted catching up, but oh well.